This is High Templar with a new episode of my Total War Warhammer multiplayer battles, and today we're playing 2 vs 2, me and Celester versus the Empire and the Wood Elves. So there will be actually Wood Elves versus Wood Elves, and I will be playing, Argwylon, because I do just like Argwylon. This guy will be playing Orion, and he actually has Orion as a leader for this army. Let's just go through our builds first. I have female Glade Lord, so she would be more of a range specialist than hybrid actually. And I do have 2 units of Hawk Riders, because those guys are amazing. They do have some range capability, but not that great. What is very cool about them, they are very fast, there is 24 of them, and they are dealing lots of armor piercing damage if you put them in a target. Also have Sisters of Thorn and Wild Riders. I was trying out the Sisters of Thorns for the very first time here. I have single unit of Glade Guards with Hackbane tips and 6 Glade Guards with Starfire shafts. And I didn't think I would have to bring a lot of normal Glade Guards, because I've made somewhat of a bet that this guy will bring lots of the Tricking. And that's why my build. I don't actually have also much in the Spears variety. I have only Tricking, 4 units of Tricking here, and only single Eternal Guards with shields. Also I have a Branch Ride to support those guys, and here in the woods I have a Waystalker, just trying to snipe on their lords. And that was a mistake in hindsight. Then Celester here is playing Clan Angrund here. And he didn't actually bring any Eternal units, because, that's what you're supposed to do. Sorry about that. So, Rune Lord here, and then the Goblobber, 2 units of cannons. Another Grudge Thrower. Then we have some Quarrelers in the back, normal Quarrelers, very very nice against those guys. And then Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, a very good choice against the Wood Elves. Longbeards with great weapons, and Dwarf Warriors here, which were buffed recently, very good choice. And then Utan Raiders here, hiding, and Nordling means Iron Breakers hiding in the wood, which is perfect pick in my opinion. There is also Dragonback Slayers hidden here in the wood, just in case. So, very, very nice build in my opinion. Very nice build indeed. And obviously we have Grumbling Guard to hold the center here. And yeah, this is High Templar, and I approve this message. Very nice build indeed. For our opponents, we have, in the Empire South, we have Karl Franz himself, but we also have a Bright Wizard, what would you pick against the Clan Angrund? And obviously this will not pan out very well, but he still gives flying attacks against my wood, so that might have been a good choice. He has brought Demigryph Knights without halberds, which is an odd choice. Single halberd here, then we have some spears, great swords, lots of great swords, and then halberds and spears. So very nice pick, I would say. We have lots of handgunners, obviously against the dwarves, very good choice, and only single great cannon, not enough. And steam tank, in my opinion, very bad pick against the dwarves, because, well, you will see. Not enough firepower, and great armor, but most of this artillery for the dwarves, and lots of actually units for the dwarves has armor piercing, which we didn't brought this time, because we will be facing a lot of Wood Elves. Then for the Wood Elves player we have Starfire Shafts Blade Guards, because that is a bad choice against the either Wood Elves or the dwarves, and that's because of the magic resistance. Those guys have magical attacks, so that's a bad choice. They do have fire damage against the Treekin, so they would be good against the Treekin. Those guys also brought lots of Treekin here. They have Orion himself, and then hidden in Wolf here they have another units of Starfire Shafts and Wild Riders with shields, lots of them, and I mean lots of them. I do not approve the pick of Starfire Shafts for this particular matchup because they will be bad against dwarves and not that effective against the Wood Elf unit. As you can see, my pick would be working better against them because of the fire damage and because I would be able to deal a lot of damage against the Empire, and I would be able to deal a decent damage against the Wood Elves. However, those guys will be able to deal only minimal damage. Only if I bring my Treekin, they would be able to deal decent damage, but they won't be able to deal a lot against the dwarves. That is a common mistake you will find. As you can see, artillery is already trying to, and I am casting, already trying to fire, and this is Kuronos against the Karl Franz, and that was direct hit. Didn't do much because this guy has a lot of health. Let's just see what will happen here. I do some damage against the halberds, but it's not great. I'm noticing that there is a lots of enemies here. I do not see this Demigryph's Knight, but I think they have something here. Still firing against those guys, still hidden. Another Spear of Kuronos from my lord against the Karl Franz. So we are focusing him. Now they are moving their Demigryph Knights, and obviously, like I said, that is a bit too late. My Wellstalker was noticed, and he will be dead very, very soon. Those Demigryphs are after him. Lots of Wild Riders are going to the woods. Excellent choice indeed. This cannon got slightly damaged, but as you can see, they are now winning decisively against this great cannon. This great cannon will lose to the sheer firepower of the dwarves. There is only single cannon for them. My Waystalkers obviously were already running away, and there is lots more units here coming in. The Karl Franz got hit by some of those, and I'm trying to adjust my lines to just hit the Empire player, and also adjusting my Eternal Guards with shields so they would be able to protect the flank from whatever will go this way. And also Dorling Blinks will be very good at that. And my guys are starting to fire, as you can see, devastating the handgunners. Although they have no armor, it is still a decent pick. Here we have 2 units of spearmen trying to go against the in the flank, but they will meet Norglinglings, and that would be a pretty short fight indeed. I am putting just some arrows into those guys, trying to snipe with my range units the Karl Franz, and it's working. And it's working indeed, as you can see. Already there is some fire into the Longbeards with great weapons, so I'm moving against those range units. That's I was acting a bit too slow. As you can see, those guys already routing all the way over the board. And I'm making a quick strike against those Glade Guards. Although the Seas of Thorns are not really supposed to do that. That is my mistake. I am just hitting and running, and I'm also firing. There is also some fire from the Quarrelers into those elves. They are very bad at that. Facing the elves, I mean. That was also not the best choice. I am trying to get through this Treekin, but I'm starting to losing, and I should be running away. My Seas of Thorns are retreating in order to provide their magical assistance. Here we have some of the Wild Riders coming in from the woods, but I have a line of Treekin to stop them. And I get my Hackbane tips against those guys, because they will be very effective. Hackbane tips, high damage units against all the units that are fighting with the Longbeards, and the Longbeards against the Treekin will be very effective unit indeed, especially if I'm poisoning them. Those Starfire Shafts against the Colorers will not fare very well, as you might have noticed already here. And on this flank, as you can see, not much is happening. There was a quick attack from the Demigryph's Knights, but the Runesmith and my Eternal Guards scared them away. Dragon Max Slayer still in here. Not sure what's happening here. Oh, these are guys attacking. Those guys trying to attack the Dwarf Warriors. The Dwarf Warriors will hold for quite some time. On this flank, I am making another hit with my Wildwood Rangers against those Waste Stalkers, really. And I'm trying to focus all my range fire against those guys. Those guys will do very bad in this engagement. Starfire Shafts against Starfire Shafts are even, but Hackbane tips against Starfire Shafts will see them out very quickly, and we still also have lots of Quarrelers. And my White Riders are already running away. I'm not managing them very well in this particular fight. My Lord is still using their Spear of Kuronos, but she should be starting to do something, anything really. Much branch right here. I am harassing with my Hawk Riders who are under attack. They should be moving. I'm harassing those Demigryph's Knights all the time. They got into the Utar's Riders, which is an excellent pick. I'm trying to catch them with my Eternal Guards, as you can see. I'm a bit afraid they will go into my Hackbane tips, which is very good infantry indeed. All those guys, all those riders got into the Quarrelers right here. So now, because all the units that are quickly movable, like those riders and the Demigryphs, those guys having upper hand, but now 2 units of Treekin and single unit of Eternal Guards and my Lord will quickly see off those Demigryph's Knights. And there is also my Lord coming into those riders, going in the melee. She's not very good at it, but she's good enough. And here I was able to cut my Starfire Shafts. Unfortunately got caught by these White Riders, but I'm going with Treekin inside this fight. That was my mismanagement. My Glade Guide Starfire Shafts here are pursuing somebody. I'm not sure who at the moment, unfortunately. Those Demigryph's Knights got scared away by Hackbane tips, and now I'm pursuing them with single unit of my Treekin. Those White Riders with shields that I've misused. Right now we see more of those riders coming in for my Glade Guard Starfire Shafts, but this is not very important unit at the moment, and I have Treekin to support them, and I'm still firing arrows at them. Those guys are firing their Spears of Kuronos against the Rune Lord very effectively, but this fight is over here. As you can see, the Orion is here, but not really attacking my guys very effectively. And all the Dwarf unit moving, and all those Eternal Guards with shields, my guys are moving against them. More of my Hackbane tips, still very effective, still attacking their troops. Their Glade Guards, Starfire Shafts. On this flank we have Treekin going against the Steam Tank. Grumbling Guard will be dying here, but the Treekin will be holding for a very long time. This Steam Tank will not do anything very effectively. And here I'm pursuing what's left of the Wild Riders with my Hawk Riders here. Surviving Starfire Shafts, firing into the Wild Riders, breaking them completely. As you can see, I haven't been managing my troops very well in this combat, but it was enough to pick a good units and manage them decent enough. Another Spear of Kuronos from my lord, and she will be pursuing the Orion, and some more shafts from my Hagbane tips, breaking this Waystalker. He won't be able to fight an entire unit of those guys. And this is pretty much over at the moment. My Tricking, I have lots of very much live Tricking. I will be focusing against the tank. Those guys lost an order because I've seen giving them an attack order on the steam tank. They ignored it. Yes, now they are attacking. And they are another unit of Tricking. I have very much alive units of Tricking that I've mismanaged them, weren't able to secure my Glade Guards very effectively, but as you can see, those guys are very much alive. Only those two units were mashed against all that cavalry. My Sisters of Thorn, I've used them to stop enemy. Those Tricking were pursuing a Waystalker, I believe. But those Sisters of Thorns were firstly pursuing the enemy Glade Guards, breaking them and unabling to fire at them, and then supporting with magic. Even if there is only 2 of them, they can still cast those spells, and they are still very effective. I lost Orion for a second. That Spear of Kuronos wasn't very effective, it hit the tree. But at the moment you can see that it's all over. As Dwarf Warriors, all of my units pursuing those guys. And here you can see that my Hawk Riders with armor piercing damage are seeing off this steam tank very, very quickly indeed. I'm breaking and attacking just to get another. Yeah, it's all over. Hawk Riders, armor piercing damage, even effective against the steam tank really. And now this Orion is fighting my Glade Lord and all those dwarves, and there is more troops incoming, including the Eternal Guards, who have damage versus large, another, but it won't be necessary really. So as you can see, decent damage on my Glade Guards really, even of those damaged units. Eternal Guards with shields killing exceptionally well and still very much alive. My Tricking, all of them alive, dealing very small damage, but they are in the final part of the combat. They are all there. I've mismanaged my White Riders' Sisters of Thorn a bit, so there's that. My Hawk Riders did very well, focusing on the powerful targets and lords. My Glade Lord and Branch Right very much alive. Waystalker lost. So there was some good and a bad in this combat for me. I cannot show you, because of the recent patch, I cannot show you how well Celestia did. But as you can see, he had less losses than I did, percentage-wise. Did fairly well, and as you can see, most of the killing was... the killing was rather well divided between me and him. The Wood Elf player did very well with his cav, amazingly well. The Glade Guards were, well, basically massacred by my guys and Crawlers, but those cavalry did exceptionally well in the combat. Orion did, decently, but I don't think he's worth the price, and their Tricking was mostly tanking everything. Cannot show you the stats on the Empire player also, even though we could have checked this before the battle. Yeah, so this is it. I hope you like it. If you did, press like, comment if you will, and see my other videos. In Total War Warhammer I do DLC analysis and speculation videos, but I also do Let's Plays in Total War series and other games. Thank you for watching, and see you later.